Should impress your game day guests this weekend with a simple but delicious homemade appetizer.
Kat already told us how to make the chips. Now it's time for a one-of-a-kind dip.
For the recipe, we go back into Kat's kitchen.
Welcome back, guys. We're finishing up our homemade appetizer of potato chips and onion dip. Now we want to start sauteing our onions, getting our dip ready. So we have 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to slice our onion 1/16 of an inch thick. I mean, just barely there. Gonna use our glove again on our mandolin. Just slice. So once you have your onion sliced, you're gonna go ahead and pop that down in your melted butter. So you're gonna saute these onions for about 15 minutes on low so they just kind of melt down. So once you have all your onions sauteed, they almost look like spaghetti noodles kind of in your pan. You want to go ahead and cream together 1/2 cup of cream cheese and 1/2 cup of sour cream. Then you're going to add your onions. A little bit of salt and pepper. And then we have 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we have 1/2 cup of shredded cheese. Half of that's going to go on top of the dip, half of it's going to go inside. So we're just going to dump about half of this in. And then we mix it all together. We're going to put this in a baking safe dish because we're going to want it all to get melty and stick together. We are going to top this with a little bit of extra. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. You want to melt that. And to the melted butter, we're going to add 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. These are really crispy. And then we're just going to sprinkle this over the top of our dip. And of course, the other half of our cheese. This is 1/4 cup of cheese. Right over the top. We're going to bake this in our 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes until the top is nice and crusty. We've finished our chips and dip. Now it's time to taste. My kitchen has never smelled this good before. Just take a chip. Look how crispy these are. You just can't beat that. Gonna dip it in my onion dip here. Look how cheesy that is. Ooh, it's still really hot. Super cheesy, super oniony, the best appetizer. Never had anything like it. You can find this recipe and more at myfoxlubbock.com under the Good Day Lubbock tab. Back to you guys.
I think that's been my favorite one yet.
Look at
That looks
dip.
so good. I mean, I'm just like, what kind of excuse can I have to make that today?
You don't need an
Nicole's
excuse.
house.
Just bring. I mean, when we see a dip that's that thick, that topping on just looks fantastic.
I know what I'm having for the debate tonight.
I think
Yeah,
so.
debate. There you go.
Dip.